Hi, and welcome to Writing Wednesday. I'm Brenda Hare, and I'm so excited to share with you today about the retreat I just went on this weekend and what happened, some takeaways from it, because it's important to reflect back, right? And to pull things out and really unpack what you've experienced. You learn from it, you grow from it, it helps you become a better writer, all of those things. So here we go. I want to start by opening with the reason why my branding includes the words publish and tell. Now, Publish and Tell was born through my daughter who had asked me if I had ever seen the scripture. And I was like, well, I know that there's scripture that tells us about writing down things and this and she's like, well, in the New Living Translation, it actually says publish and tell. And I was like, what? And so she pointed it out to me, and it's in Psalm 96, and it says 96:3. It says, publish his glorious deeds among the nations, tell everyone around about the amazing things he does. And when she shared that with me, I thought this is exactly why I write. This is exactly what I want to help other people do, to write the glorious things he's done. So this weekend at the retreat, I was able to speak at two workshops. We covered the same topic pretty much. It never is the same, right? But we covered what I call memoir mapping. We talked about the difference between memoirs and biographies. We talked about different kinds of memoirs to write. I've published two so far. Both Save the Butter Tubs behind me and A Moved Soul are both memoirs, and very different styles of memoirs. And so I shared about those and just had a great time answering questions about publishing, all things publishing, which I love to talk about. But my takeaways were this: everyone has a story, and what you do with that story is really up to you. Whether you decide to write it down for yourself, write it down for your family, or to write it down to publish and share with the world. There are so many reasons why writing your story matters. And when I say story, I'm talking about what I call, this is funny. I don't like the way I say the word memoir. I don't like the word at all because it's weird. It's pronounced differently in different countries. I don't like the way I say it. So I was like, okay, we're just going to call them mems, because here's the thing about a memoir. It is like a little moment in time. It's not your full life story from start to finish. It's a moment in time. So I'm like, let's just talk about these little memes here. What moment in time do you want to capture? And at this particular retreat, we were talking about sharing your testimony. So we're talking about capturing a small portion of your life, but pretty significant portion of your life, but a smaller portion of your life, and sharing that story. Where did you start? How were you transformed? What did God do? How did you meet God? And then what does your life look like now? And it was actually really an honor, first of all, to share such things. The people that came up afterwards and the ladies that I met, it was at a Christian ladies retreat at Alto Frio. If you're not familiar with that and you're in Texas, or anywhere else for that matter, get familiar with Alto Frio's Lady Retreat. It's every February, and they have this whole encampment at Alto Frio. It is amazing. It was Friday night, Saturday all day, Sunday morning. I was able to worship with my worship flags in the back of the room because they have this huge, worship center. They call it the Tabernacle, and it's just a really cool place, surrounded by mountains in Texas, believe it or not. Here's the funny part about this place, though. There is no, I could not dial out my phone to anyone. I could not text message anyone who didn't have an iPhone. And even that was spotty. So unless it was iPhone to iPhone, I couldn't get out. I could get on the internet, which was interesting, but even that was kind of hit or miss. And so I just chose to really retreat. And it was a great time to do that. It was a great time to meet the other ladies that I was with, to celebrate them. I met an amazing lady named Yvonne, who I hope to do some cool things with in the future. She creates prayer rooms, and her prayer room literally brought me to tears the minute I opened the door. It was such a fabulous experience. I cannot wait to work with her on her book, but also in creating prayer spaces for you as you come to my retreats and experience that. I'm just so excited. I'm really hoping that it works out to bring her to the beach retreat in August. Her and her husband come and they set up this. I mean, it's elaborate. It is so cool. I'm not going to ruin it all, but because it's really an experience you have to be there to experience. And once you're in that room, you feel the presence of God. It's so amazing. So, takeaways from this retreat: the amazing women and how God orchestrates all of our timing. So, more than one woman who came to my class or to my workshop said to me, I really don't know why I'm here. But by the end of it, that was the one person who, those were the few ladies who were like, I don't really know why I'm here, but I don't know how I got here, but I know why I'm here now. And there was women in tears. There were women saying, in this very room is the first time I ever shared my testimony. And now I feel called to write it. And this is just amazing that it's full circle in the same room. And so it was just a really, really cool experience. And so I say all of this to say, writing events, writing retreats, women's retreats as a whole, they're necessary. And I pray that you will find your space. And that's part of the reason why I created the writing retreat box, the writer's retreat box, is because I want to send that to your door, that experience to your door every month. I'm doing my best to capture a writing, a retreat experience and put it in a box. And so today, actually at 11 o'clock Central Time, I'm going to be revealing February's box, which I'm so excited about, unboxing February's box with you and walking through what items went in the box, why they went in the box, all of those things. So join me live at 11 for that, and you won't regret it because you'll now understand a little bit more about what it is this writer's retreat box is and why you should have one sent to your door. But I don't want to discount in-person writing events. If you can make an in-person writing event, being around other creators, there's power in it. Being around other spirit-filled Christian women who are focused on sharing God's goodness, there is power in that. And so if you're a Christian woman writer and you're looking to connect, please take some time to visit my website, brendahare.com, go to the events section, and hold your spot now for the beach retreat this summer. It's going to be fantastic. It's in Port Aransas, Texas, and you don't want to miss it. And lastly, I'll wrap up with this. If you're not on, well, I'm not going to wrap up yet, but if you're not on my wait list for the box wait list, the cart will open Sunday to the people on the wait list and Monday to the public, and it will sell out. There's a limited number. So I want you to get on the wait list. I want you to get a box if you really want a box. Because, and I know some people are already like, this is going to be my birthday present to myself. And that just touches my heart so much. And that person whose birthday's coming up will have a special birthday treat in their box as well. I'm really excited about what God's doing with this box. And I'm sitting looking across my office, at boxes full of items to go out and to be wrapped. And it's just really exciting to see what God's doing through all of it and how he's pulling out your story to write through the items in these boxes, the details at retreats. And so here's some quick takeaways from the retreat. So one is, if God's calling you to move somewhere or to actually go somewhere, go. Right? You may not know why, but you need to go. That was one of the biggest takeaways. The ladies repeated over and over, I don't know why, but I'm here. And then by the end of it, they knew why. The second one is, your story is worth telling, whether you write it for yourself, you tell it to your family, or you write it for public consumption. Third thing is, and this was a really helpful tip that I've shared before in writing platforms and in my network and things like that, but a lot of people will be like, well, I don't write, or I don't have time to write. And I get that, but you have to capture the stories. There's so many reasons why you should capture the stories, especially if it's somebody else's story you're trying to capture, like a grandparent or a loved one. You don't know how long those people are going to be around, first of all. I know firsthand. I did that with Save the Buttertubs. And um, if you can capture it on video, even better. You can then transcribe it to help you write the book, which makes it easier, but you'll always have that digital copy of that. And it's priceless. And so make sure that that's something that you do. But that's an easy way to write faster and to capture the stories. So even if you sit down today and you just start talking out loud about your testimony, and you maybe hit the record button on your phone, or you start to dictate it into your notes using that function, capture your story. Talk about it. The more we talk about our stories, the more clearer we're going to be on what God's doing, and we're going to be able to share it with other people. So those are my takeaways from the retreat. I hope that you will, first of all, get on the wait list for the box. And secondly, if you're able to come to a physical retreat, I would love to see you in August at the physical retreat. The beach retreat in Port Aransas, Texas, is on my website, brendahare.com. And of course, the writersretreatbox.com is where you can find the waitlist. Writersretreatbox.com, writersretreatbox.com. All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you have a great Writing Wednesday, and let me know what it is you're writing today. I am writing the blog for Friday to post, so you'll get some new content coming out on Friday. And I'm also working on some other things behind the scenes, some devotionals for the boxes and things like that. So I can't wait to share more with you soon. Until then, take care, and I will be waiting to see your information come through on the wait list, because I'm excited to partner with you. All right, take care, everybody.